He's trying to be Matt Damon.
Welcome to the Geek Patrol podcast! Welcome to the Geek Patrol podcast. My name is Cruz.
I'm Jarrett, and we're doing another retro review of, this time, the second movie of Neill Blomkamp, Elysium.
The Neill Blomkamp trilogy, Elysium.
I'm still not, I still haven't seen any evidence that it's all interconnected, though.
There was the prawn picture, and
You can't prove that. Real quick, starting off the bat, if you're watching this,
you can
is it
interconnect.
trilogy?
Is the trilogy interconnected?
It is a trilogy.
Because I was told that, and I kind of feel like it might be. It's plausible that it could be. Especially because I'll make the point in the third video that we'll put a link somewhere at some point in this video. We'll put a link there, and you can listen to my point on interconnection in the next one, which will be the longest one, because I think it's the best one as far as commentary can go.
As far as commentary can go, yeah. Anyways, back on track. Elysium, second Neill Blomkamp movie with starring Matt Damon and Jodie Foster. Stop wincing. It's a movie like the last one was a commentary on immigration. This one's commentary on healthcare.
Healthcare, and to me it seems like just economic disparity.
Like the rich to poor, 1% to 99.
Mm-hmm.
This movie is about Matt Damon. He's a Grand Theft Auto.
He's an ex-con.
Ex-con. That's what they're called. Ex-con and
living on this junk planet Elysium, not Elysium, Earth. He's living on Earth, and it's a junk planet at this point. It's become overpopulated. The year is 2154.
So yeah, something like 2154 or something. And Earth is just shit. All
the animals are dead.
Everything sucks. It's overpopulated. He works his dead-end job making robots.
Making robots.
Anyways, all the rich people made a space station up above Earth. Looks like a star, and
it looks like a halo. Is what it looks like.
It looks like halo, and that's where they spend their life. And so it's about him trying to get up to the superstation up there, Elysium, because they have this miracle technology. That heals all.
Make you live forever.
Heals all diseases.
It can even cure radiation poisoning.
Kills cancer.
Kills cancer. Radiation poisoning. You will never die.
Yeah. The point is that they're not sharing it, and everyone on Earth is dying because it's just horrible. I know there's a real quick point that we were talking about in the movie. For some reason, when they're on Earth and it's all dirty and shitty, they're speaking Spanish. But then once they go up into Elysium, they're speaking French and bougie languages. And it's like, what are you trying to say there?
Bougie language?
Bougie language, yeah. If you're
Are you making a point, Blomkamp?
You're an asshole if you speak French, so... So yeah, what are you trying to say there, Blomkamp? Anyway.
First you like the immigrants, now you hate them? What's going on?
Certain ones.
I'm kidding.
So, Cruz, what do you think of the movie?
I thought it was a really long-winded movie about the message it was trying to send. It didn't feel heavy-handed. It even felt a little underwhelming if you want to go there. But it was a very long movie for what the commentary was supposed to be making.
Yes.
We got the point. That's what I'm trying to say. We got it. There are rich people, there are poor people. I also thought that there was a lot of just things didn't match up. Things didn't match up. And if I go, it means that the screen turned off and I need to make sure it doesn't stop recording. I don't know why I just need to make sure that it doesn't go to sleep or something. So a lot of the stories, they were supposed to be interconnected, but they kind of missed. They were supposed to go like this, but they went like this.
Yeah, and there was a lot of plot lines that they tried to jam in there, and a lot of it didn't really make sense because
felt rushed.
Yeah, it felt rushed, and it was that character wouldn't really do that or have that reaction really.
Yeah.
And then they kept cutting back to Matt Damon's character as a child, and it was supposed to make you get emotional and emotionally invested in him, and then him
it didn't.
And his girlfriend from back then, and they didn't really connect. And
what was the scene that I really made that point with?
That was just whenever they kept coming back to them running and stuff.
then there was this scene at the very beginning of the movie where he's talking to a nun, and the nun's like, everyone has a better purpose, everyone has a higher meaning, everyone has their special place, and I can tell you're special. And they keep cutting back to that, though in the first place it didn't make much sense to start with. Like, one, in 2154, is Christianity still going to be a thing? Looking around today, Christianity levels are declining by a lot, especially because of the rise of atheism and other religions.
We're gonna get so trashed for that one comment.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are.
It is declining, and I'm a Catholic. I'm not even gonna lie. There are less people going to church now. Like, I'm sorry, that's what's happening.
So there's that, and like.
So there's that, and then on top of that, are they gonna have an orphanage running in this really messed up future that they've shown to be crime-ridden, dirty? Just there's no human police force. It's just like robots that don't seem to really care about their citizens. Like, there's abusive police force by robots.
Okay, calm down, Chris. This is still a house with people in it.
Why is there an orphanage, and
Okay.
why is it run by a Catholic nun
One of the big.
that speaks Spanish of all things, and they're in LA?
I mean, LA is a pretty diverse place, but I mean, it was a little bit weird because everyone still had their like South African accents. Cause
Not everyone, but a lot of
a
people.
lot
did.
of people, like Neill Blomkamp, is South African, and so is Sharlto Copley, and that's where the first movie, District 9, took place.
And the
So-
third movie.
And the third movie,
Chappie.
Chappie, which we'll get to in the next video. Anyways, but like a lot of people still had their South African accents in LA for some reason.
Yeah, it was very odd. Though I must admit that they did cast very diversely. There were a lot of
yeah.
Mexican American actors. There were a lot
Mexican,
of African American actors.
Latino.
There was
Anyway, but I think one of the biggest flaws with this movie is that the narrative is kind of like isn't solid, and then a lot of the movie was shot simply to make a good-looking shot. Like a lot of the scenes were just like, that's a really nice shot, but it's like that's the only reason they had that almost.
Yeah.
And that's not really a reason.
Like
to make a movie.
like one of my points was at one point they're in the middle of like a construction yard, kind of like home base area, and there are spaceships in the background, and there's like guns being manufactured, and then they stop on this bridge to get to the medical center, but on this bridge there are petals flying everywhere, and I was like, why are there petals? And there are these Japanese cherry blossom trees just set up there so that there's petals everywhere.
Yeah, it's like the only reason that they would be there for like just it doesn't make any sense. Like why like a lot of the shots just were like wow, that looks visually striking and cool, and like yeah it does, but it's not doesn't make a movie good. Yeah. And then there's just a lot of just like things that didn't really make sense, like Matt Damon. The whole reason that this starts is because Matt Damon's character gets shot full of like radiation or something like that, but the reason he does that is because they make robots in the place that he works, and they put the robots in this like microwave, and they microwave them with radiation. Why would you do that to a robot?
Yeah, at first I was like, yeah, this makes sense, microwaving robots, but then Jarrett said, why are they microwaving robots? And I was like, wait, what?
Won't that fry their CPUs and everything? Like, that would just be, that's wrong. Don't do that.
Do yourself a favor. If you think you can microwave a robot, take your computer right now and go put it in the microwave.
And see what happens.
Yeah.
And then don't sue us.
You can't.
Yeah,
people have tried to sue people for telling them to put their cell phones and stuff in the microwave, but they can't. Why would you do it? It doesn't make sense.
And then it was just like very loosely narratively done, and
yeah.
I mean, it's a cool movie to watch. It's
biggest
very
gripe,
long.
though. Biggest gripe. That Blomkamp has the characters make this analogy because during
I remember this because okay wait
I am so confused.
Really quickly, right when we saw this part in the film, he literally just like looked at me and was like, "Are you serious? This is the worst."
It doesn't make sense. So
Spoiler.
So his friend's name is Frey. So I don't know the actress's name, but so Frey asks Matt Damon's character who is trying to get rid of this radiation poisoning on Elysium. That's his whole point in going. To take her daughter, who is dying of leukemia, to Elysium with him, to help her get healed as well. And so, his excuse is, you have to be a citizen of Elysium to use the pods. I can't help her. He has been already made a citizen of Elysium with that little microwave gun that they shoot him with that turns you into a citizen of Elysium magically. So why can't she get the tattoo microwave gun to her? That's one. Number two, so as soon as he says, no, I can't help you, when clearly he can, as he is being helped as well, so she starts giving him this story. She's like, "Can I tell you a story?" He's like, "No." And he starts walking away. And so for some reason, she starts telling the story, and he starts listening anyways. So why isn't he already walking out? Which continues to, like, that's Jared's point of these characters just seem to do things for the sake of doing them, rather than actually any logical reason.
Of their character reason.
And so she starts telling him this story about a meerkat who lives in the jungle. Timon from Timon and Pumbaa. Yeah. Meerkats don't live in the jungle.
They live in Africa.
Yeah, but they don't live in the jungle portion of Africa. They're savanna animals. Didn't you watch Meerkat Manor? God, Jared.
Anyways.
So she says that the meerkat is sad because the meerkat can't get any fruit, and all the other animals are getting all the fruit. And so that's obviously commentary on the other animals being the people in Elysium.
Wait, are you?
But hold on. And so then she says, and then the hippo came along, and the hippo let the meerkat stand on his back, and then the meerkat could get all the fruit she wanted. And then, so okay, this sounds like a plausible children's story. That's okay. That's all fine and dandy. But then here comes the weird part. This part's really weird. This girl's 8 at the oldest, and I'm thinking personally she was probably like 6 or 7. Matt Damon says something along the lines of something.
Like, why would the hippo let the meerkat stand on his back?
Yeah, and then
she says because he wants a friend.
Yeah, but there's something before that that's like, why does the meerkat, or why does the hippo help the meerkat, or why does the hippo help the meerkat? And the meerkat says, so the meerkat can get all the fruit she wants. And then the Matt Damon says, what's in it for the hippo? And then she goes, the hippo gets a friend. That's as an argument, that's not that strong an argument. If you go to a drug dealer and he's like, what's in it for me? And you go, I'll be your friend. No, that's not gonna work. You're gonna get shot. So how does this girl understand this analogy that she's making for herself, and why is suddenly she making an analogy about her entire situation and Elysium? She doesn't even understand why they're discharging from she doesn't even understand why they're discharging her from the hospital, and she clearly does not understand why Elysium exists. She states it in the movie why she doesn't understand. She's like, why am I home? Am I safe now? Am I not sick anymore?
It was a very
It's just this profound analogy that this child somehow manages to make.
It was just really, really forced. It was it's like you can have stories and like people are like, yeah, that applies to me, but this one was like, hey, here's an analogy that's purposely for you so you can understand what's happening. It's like, it was just too, it was like, well, that's not gonna happen. That's not real.
Yeah.
Is this real life or just fantasy? And there was just like...
She was just a poor girl. Nobody loved her, not even her mom.
There were just a lot of things as well that just, like, didn't really make sense. Like, there's this one, like, okay, so what happens is that, spoiler alert, the people on the ground start trying to make...
This whole video is a spoiler alert, dude.
This whole video is a spoiler alert, just saying. Anyways, like, the people on the ground start putting all these, like, people on the ships, and they're like, go, 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 and they're trying to ship them off to Elysium without the Elysium people knowing what's going on. And then, so what happens is that Jodie Foster's character's like, holy shit, well, she's like, and she says, shoot him down, basically. And she's like, so they get Charlton Copley, who played the main guy in District 9.
And in Chappie twice.
And he is a mercenary, and he's on Earth. And
He's a sleeper agent.
And he's on Earth, and these ships are already in space heading to Elysium, and she calls him to shoot them down with basically a rocket launcher. Why does that make any sense to, one, have someone from Earth shoot a missile into space and hit them and kill them instead of having the Elysium people do that? And two, why is he shooting a rocket towards the ships, towards Elysium? What if he misses and they hit Elysium?
Yeah, and let me just say, these were not long-range missiles. As far as their gas canisters would go, I guess you would call it, of the missile, their fuel pods, they were very small missiles. I would say if I could hold a missile that big, it would be about this big. Like the size of a football.
They were not big things. It wasn't like anti-aircraft artillery guns that you saw in like World War II.
Yeah.
These were just like itty-bitty guns.
Itty-bitty missiles. and he shoots it from a shoulder-mounted rocket launcher, so it's not like it's anything that can, one, reach any farther than visual range, and two, it hit much less break orbit and go into space, and three, when he shoots them, they're shown to not be very stable off of launch because they need to wiggle around and then acquire target.
So it's like he's not even aiming.
He doesn't even aim, and they're short-range rockets. And then on top of that, later on, you find out that Elysium does in fact have missile capabilities. So they talk about their defense batteries and such. So she didn't even need to have him come in and shoot them down.
Like, it was just
to show that there was a character there.
Yeah, like it was just to make the character. It didn't make any sense. And then later on, like Charlton gets his face shot off, and that's visually, again, very cool looking. But again, it's only for the visual. And then like he gets it reconstructed because they have that awesome shit on Elysium. But then like for no reason at all, he has like a mental breakdown, and then
he kills Jodie Foster.
And it's like, what? Oh, all right. And then he's
like, she made it all the way through silence without getting killed.
And
she can get killed now.
It wasn't Hannibal Lecter. He's better. He's better than Charlton. Anyways, like Jodie Foster basically had her plotline of trying to become president of like Elysium and the whole world
through really illegal
coup type ways, and then for no reason, Charlton Copley's character all of a sudden he wants to be president and he kills her, and it's just a lot of things that like didn't really. It was like, why did that happen? And their relationships between each other didn't fit, and they changed for no reasons. And then the emotional part of when, spoiler alert, Matt Damon dies, it's not good.
It's lost.
It's lost. It wasn't good. It wasn't there. Like you didn't really feel the emotion. They kept flashing back to when he was a kid, and it was like, it's not there. And then the ending, and the ending is that they send all these ships to go and heal everyone on the planet Earth. And it's like that's not gonna fix the population.
That's not gonna fix the problem that started this all, which was population control.
Yeah. So, anyways, guys,
that's actually gonna make it worse.
It's gonna make it worse. So, guys, this was just a very
quick note. Actually, I thought of this while you were talking.
Sorry.
The character Spider, it doesn't make any sense. They show him. I mean, he's a good character. I found Spider to be very likable. But the first scene he's in, he's really like intimidating and scary, like super drug bossy. Like they're like, don't go see him, and he goes to see him anyways because he's dying, and he figures like, what the hell. And he ends up in the end being like this super nice, like Samaritan guy, like send all the ships to Earth, everyone will be healed forever. And that's his whole like. But he says it really like. I don't know.
He doesn't say it like that.
He doesn't say it like that.
So in the end, guys, this movie is very just narratively loose. It wasn't a good script. The characters were just weird, and they changed roles and choppy, and the relationships weren't good. The emotion wasn't good. And it was just made for visuals, which it was amazing visually. Like the CGI again is just great. I think he does a really good job just with CGI and practical effects.
How many Halo rings do you give it out of?
I give it three Halo rings out of 10.
Wow, I was gonna give it 5.
I mean, it's not like.
Give it like 5.5.
5.5 Halo rings. Three Halo rings and 5.5. The thing is, like,
that averages out to like.
It's such a long movie that I wouldn't watch it again and again. You know, I'd watch it like every once in a while when I forget what it's about. You know,
when you forget what happened.
So like 4 years later, I'll watch it again.
Like 4 years from now, I'll watch it and I'll be like, oh yeah.
3. So what do you guys think? Do you like Elysium? What's your favorite Blomkamp movie and why? Leave in the comments below. Thank you for watching.
And click on the link for the next one.
Click on the link for the next one. Here's the previous one right up there as well.
Yeah.
And we'll catch you next time
on the Geek Patrol podcast.